I turned my sewing studio in a burlesque boutique in only 1 week. Okay, maybe 2. And are you frustrated when you wanna start crafting and there is a ton of boxes that you don't know what they are? Are you one of those people that stores your costumes in a pile? Are you the lazy kind? I am kind of lazy too. That's why I like having a place for everything to go back to after a project so I don't have to spend any time cleaning up at the end of the day. Hello you. My name is Sneaky Boo, an international award-winning burlesque performer. The world is burning outside, and you might think I will be curled up in a corner crying, but I am Latina, and I can figure out what I want. And that's why I reorganized my crafting supplies in time record. I'm gonna show you all my secrets for making the best use of your space, labeling things correctly in a way that you can always find your things. Now, this studio makeover adventure started weeks ago, so let's start from the beginning. It's the end of the year, it's winter. Hi, Valentine. I think she's gonna join the video, okay? I just wanna relax and be in my cozy space, but then I look at my closet. I'm gonna spend the next week reorganizing my studio, making it the most effective to find things, and saving as much space as possible because my studio is very small. I have a rack of costumes, I have shoes, I have jewelry, I have a whole lot of faces and hats, and then I have a shelf dedicated to tools and materials and projects that are halfway in, and then I have another shelf for all of my rhinestones and my hand tools, and then I have a section for my sewing, my makeup station, my office space, and my work table. I'm gonna declutter, I'm gonna organize my costumes, and I'm gonna make an inventory. Can I do all of that in 1 week? I don't know, we will see. Let's get to work. These are displays for nail polish. I'm gonna get a couple more and see how I can fit all my stash in maybe 2 separate shelves. I also have this shelf over here that it's impossible to know what I have. So what I'm gonna do is get in a bunch of clear containers that fit exactly in these rectangles or as close as I can find. I find it very useful that you can see through the containers and locate the thing that you need before you open it. Now let's look at my costume rack because I have not only this much, but this much. These are all my shoes, my costumes. I have this rack and I have this rack. What I will do is organize them by let's say the coats, the lingerie, whatever it goes, and by season, Christmas, Halloween, etc. And lastly, I will need to organize my props and my wigs in the shelves above my head. That's a lot to do already, so I wanna get to work. Okay, friends, this is the end. I organized everything I have. Now I can finally start working on costumes. But before that, let me give you a tour. On this wall, I'm keeping all my props on top. I have the bigger ones and then some smaller props on a shelf. Then my wigs, my helmets, my awards, my smaller props. Then I have my books and my extra sewing machines and a searcher. I keep them on this side of the studio because it's the most dry area. On this corner, I gathered a bunch of mailing tubes and I hot glue them together. And that way I can store my rolls of fabric and my tubes, any kind of materials that that I use for my projects and for patterning especially. I have some workout bands because I rehearse here too. And then my jewelry shelf, I have collars, rings, and smaller neck pieces. And then of course a bunch of my pasties. The nail polish displays are perfect for it and they let the light come through. So I can also store some of my really nice stones on this area. Now let me show you down here, yeah? On these drawers I have ready-made seal props like fans and bells and things like that. Tote bags, I have so many because different festivals and designers that I like buying from. These are a box of mixed lingerie parts. Most of them are mixed matched or materials that I want to use for something else. And now this is my raw materials area. I have a bunch of garments that I can deconstruct and take zippers and embellishments from. These are big pieces of fabric, especially for backdrops and mock-ups for dresses and patterning. On this one, smaller shiny fabric, a lot of things that can be used for quilting. Here I have all kinds of foam and EVA, foam and felt and cardboard, and my little ruler for cutting quilting squares. I have a whole lot of wigs and ponytails that I will use for stamping one day, and these are a bunch of miscellaneous materials, and my hats. That is only a small fraction of what I have. I cover every inch of this room with shelves, and I also have casters at the bottom of all my furniture so I can roll things around and rearrange the room as I want it. I'm so tired of talking. Let me open my magic closet and I will let you explore by yourself. Now, let's take a look at my crafting area. All of my furniture pieces have casters on them, so I can roll them around and rearrange the studio to make the most use of the space. This big table is where I do most of my patterning and heavy crafting. This tall shelf holds all of my materials for crafting. Then we have some storage area where I keep my thread and some other supplies like wire and laces and ribbon. A bunch of tools that I keep on a panel and a shelf for rhinestoning supplies. Then we have my sewing machine, and I like keeping a magnet with all of my scissors and clear containers with sewing supplies. In my makeup area, where I keep also my hair styling supplies, so pins and brushes and clips, everything for wigs and for my natural hair. I have a mirror, a table, and then also my office area with some more, other supplies that I keep on a bunch of drawers. My office is cute and I have a TV and some inspirational photos and I can look at the little window. When I roll all the tables out, I can use the main floor as a rehearsing space, and I have some big mirrors to take a look at my costumes and how they move. And I keep photos of all of my friends and performers from around the world when I travel for festivals and burlesque competitions. That's it. That's my space. That's how I organize things, and I love doing it that way. I want to know, how do you organize your space? Do you organize your space like this? Do you have any more tips? I have a lot of things. Let me know in the comments, please. Remember to subscribe and click that bell button so you receive notifications about every new video that comes out, yes, every Friday at 4:20 p.m. This is Nikki Boo checking out. Bye.